Bland. For this project, I wanted some really crisp white curtains and found these lovely ones at IKEA for only £10. Bargain! Now for this you want to find some sort of frame that you can hang your curtain on whilst it's being dipped into the dye, so either a really strong washing line or a frame like mine. This is actually my green screen frame. Once you've hung your curtains up, you now need to measure how high you want the dye to go. Using a measuring tape and a pencil, lightly mark where you'd like it to go. For this project, you also need some boiling water, so I found this container which actually holds 77 litres, but you're not going to need it that much, you just need to fill it up sort of halfway. And depending on the size of your container, I would add about 3/4 of the bottle. If you have a smaller container, then just try half to begin with, then you can add more later. Give the mixture a really good stir with something like a wooden stick. Now this is the scary part, you're actually going to dip your material into your dye. Now there's a few ways of doing this, but I decided to do it freehand just so I could have a bit more control on what the material and the dye is doing. Dip the material into where the pencil mark is that you made earlier and try and get it as straight as possible. Hang the rest of the curtain over the container. I've put a sheet down so I make sure it doesn't get dirty on the ground, and then with that wooden stick I'm just pressing down lightly just to make sure there's more of a line. Now it's not going to be perfect, but it's the rustic look I was going for and I slightly wanted a marble effect, so this is where this project became a two-person job. Now this depends on the size of your fabric, so if you have a small piece just dyeing some cushions or just even a small blind, you probably will find you won't need help from anyone, but this fabric is massive, as you can see from the container, so I had to call in for help from Pete, my hubby, to come and help me. So what he's doing is he's holding it up, and then literally the next step is we hooked it onto the frame with clips, and that meant we had more control over the rest of the dyeing process. Once the top of the fabric is attached to the frame, it's now easier to move the tripods and the poles up and down. For that gradient look, we found that if you leave the fabric in at 10-minute intervals, it gives a really nice colour blend throughout the fabric. For the last section though, I left it in for 20 minutes because I wanted that to be quite dark. To reduce the straight lines between the colours, you can literally just dip the material into the dye a few times, and what this will do is to spread the dye more evenly throughout the fabric. Once you're happy with the way that your curtain looks, now hang it on the line to dry naturally in the air. Don't tumble dry these. It does depend on your curtain, but probably I would say don't tumble dry. Give it a good iron and then hang it up.